After years of being dominated by Pierre, Class 11 AA now up for grabs. There's a new #1 this week in Brookings who gets a challenge in visiting Yankton.
And that's where we find Zach Borg live with our Football Friday Tailgate Tour. How's it going, Zach?
Going good, guys. I've been to plenty of games, done a lot of live shots up here at Dana J. Dykehouse Stadium. Of course, South Dakota State's won a couple of championships nationally for the FCS. We got a big high school game in the Dana J tonight as #1 Brookings takes on #3 Yankton. Of course, the Bucks of Yankton, no stranger to this particular situation as we have Brookings taking the field behind me, but Yankton no stranger to this situation. They were just in the state championship game a year ago, lost to Pierre, who of course has won 7 straight titles, 35-7, and the Bucks have a lot back this year. In fact, they have one of the more physical and bigger teams in the state, and for those who don't remember, before Pierce started this run, they actually won state championships in 2014 and 15. They want to get back on top, and their coach, Brady Move, he says he expects, even though they beat Yankton 48-0 last year, expects a much different game despite their physical advantage against a Bobcat team that only won 1 game a year ago, yet is ranked #1 and off to a 5-1 start.
They play, on their defense, they do have some smaller guys, and I think if you get caught up in thinking that it's only going to be a physics experiment, it's not. It's going to be a football game where there's guys that are playing with passion and want to go out and win a football game. And like I said, Coach Clark and Brookings, year in, year out, it doesn't matter who they are, they play really tough physical football.
That's very true, and as I mentioned, Brookings, who just won 1 game a year ago, well, they're now 5-1 and the #1 ranked team. We just had Mikey Daniel, the SDSU alum. The last time they were ranked #1, Mikey Daniel was playing for this team, and they were a runner-up back in 2015. We'll hear from Brookings, their head coach, and of course have the Dakota News Now Sports Pooch's Pick coming up at 6 o'clock live on KSFY in our next report. And the Brookings Bobcats, they play on the same home field, Dana J. Dykehouse Stadium, of the 2-time defending FCS national champions South Dakota State Jackrabbits, who are currently ranked #1 in the FCS. And these Brookings Bobcats are ranked #1 in 11 AA, and like the Jackrabbits the last 2 years, they hope to bring home some championship hardware back to Brookings when the season is all said and done. And that's a rather remarkable statement considering where they were just 1 year ago. The Bobcats of last year won just 1 game all of last season, and they were the only team to miss the postseason in 11 AA. Brady Clark's team was young a year ago, and it showed as they were shut out in 7 games and gave up more than 30 points 6 times en route to a 1-8 finish. This year they've turned the tables, posting 3 shutouts with an offense scoring about 24 a game and going 5-1 with their lone loss coming by 5 points to 11 AAA Roosevelt. Tonight they play for the first time in 9 years as the #1 team in Class AA against a Yankton team that beat them last year 48-0.
The boys have done a great job of just staying focused all year. Coaches have done a great job keeping them focused, and we understand we're the #1 ranking, but we're not letting that get to our heads. We understand that tonight's a big test, and we're approaching it that way.
And to pick a winner, we turn to the Dakota News Now Sports Pooch, who came up a little short last week in taking Pipestone as they fell 6-0 in overtime to Laverne, dropping the Pooch back to 3-4. Tonight we'll see who the Pooch likes between Brookings and Yankton.
Bucks that way, the Bobcats that way. Go get them.
Brookings is the Pooch's pick. We hope you'll pick Football Friday for your pigskin purveyance. We've got 14 games on tap, as well as highlights from the final day of the state AA tennis tournament out in Rapid City. Again, that's coming up tonight on Football Friday at 10 o'clock on KSFY and KDLT. You can send us your score updates video by tweeting the Dakota Sports Now Twitter account or sending us your videos, highlights, whatever to Facebook. We also, of course, can watch the Metro Sports TV Game of the Week via Outlaw TV 13.2 on your TV, or you can catch it. That's games in progress right now between Harrisburg and Jefferson. It's also on the Dakota News Now app or dakotanewsnow.com. As you can see right now, Brookings and Yankton getting set to square off. This game coming up at 7. Plenty of good stuff coming up tonight. Live at Dana J. Dykehouse Stadium in Brookings, I'm Zach Borg, Dakota News Now.